Hey, what's up, everybody? So, earlier today, we learned that famous, influential, legendary YouTuber Kevin Samuels passed away. He's 56. Hearing that it was a heart attack, and he was a guy that told it like it is. He was a red pill, manosphere, alpha man, advice giving coach who kept it real. He was a black man, kept it real, wasn't afraid to say what he needed to say to actually help someone. It wasn't always nice. It wasn't always touch. It wasn't always what they wanted to hear, and it wasn't always said in the way that they wanted to hear it. But every word he would say would be pointing them in the right direction and improve it and for improving their lives. So that alone, we lost someone who was really good. But because he didn't color in the lines and play with the narrative and wasn't the nice black boy that he was supposed to be in the eyes of a lot of black people, black liberals, and the left in general, uh, which you saw when he passed away today is the same thing you see with a lot when a lot of non-left wing people pass away or meet their end. And when you see when a Kevin Samuels dies, or when any person in that of that ilk, usually right of center or just not embracing the left wing, whenever somebody like that passes away, what do we always see? We see the left cheering and being happy and celebrating. It's absolutely disgusting. This is the side of love and peace and don't be mean. Mean tweets. I'm willing to throw away the whole country because mean tweets. And with the party of love and openness and tolerance, you'll see their bumper stickers all over the place, and they'll tell you that they're full of love. Reminds me of that scene. I don't know if any of you ever seen the movie Saved. Mandy Moore plays this born again Christian, and she's violently throwing stuff at someone while saying, "I'm filled with Christ's love." It's a very obscure movie. It's worth watching. It's very funny. Macaulay Culkin. Anyway, so the left always cheers when someone they didn't agree with politically or philosophically passes away. I mean, they are fine with they're fine with people who murder. They're fine with people who beat wives. They all love, Mike Tyson, who's a convicted R person. They love you when you are on their side, and when the minute you stray, they love when you're dead. So what's that all about? Well, it's about a few things, and I've been kind of guilty of this kind of thing in the past. When Madeleine Albright died, I wasn't happy she died, but I did point out to as many people who would, anytime someone would bring her up when she passed, that she was on TV saying that hundreds of thousands of dead kids were worth it for her neoliberal war globalist agenda. So I say things like that, and I'll say, "Oh, she's in hell with John McCain." But all joking aside, why are they like that? Simple. They're godless. And nature abhors a vacuum. When you don't have God as your true north, I'm not talking about some nonsense, spiritual, not religion, or people who use God as a genie. Oh my God, I'm in a tight spot. Please, God, help me. Like people who use God as a genie or use it to celebrate holidays. People who aren't religious or following God who celebrate Easter. It's kind of like if you were to celebrate Ramadan and you weren't Muslim. It's just as ridiculous. But these people lack God, and nature abhors a vacuum. And when you don't have God, something will be your God. So a lot of these people, their peer pressure is their God. What the crowd is doing is their God. They're secular. So whatever's in the popular realm, whatever in the culture, whatever's in the zeitgeist is their God, and it's not even consistent because it's in that moment. They don't have a true north, so they don't have any absolute truth, and they could be shifted. That's why you see them one minute saying, now they're saying my body, my choice, but last month they were saying, get the jab. We want jab mandates. These are the same kind of people that will subject you to something and then switch on a dime. Um, they So they easily move. When you have no true north, when you don't believe in absolute truth, you will be shared. And humanity itself will mean nothing to you when God is your real true north. Not I believe in God, and then you go off and have fun sinning, and you'll go to church or temple maybe once a year. If even that is pushing it. But I mean, when you really believe in God, when God's your true north, when God is above all things and trickles down, then you start seeing the value of humanity. One of the things that you see when you make God your true north is you ask yourself all the time, am I doing or saying something that's wrong? Am I doing or saying something that's wrong? Now, you'll do and say something that's wrong, but you'll feel guilty about it at some point after doing that. When it's time to go to bed or while you're doing it, you'll say, oh my God, that was wrong. Okay, I'll do better next time. God, I'm sorry. When he's not in your true north, you'll do the crap, and then you'll say some crap like, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. So there's a lot of people dancing on Kevin Samuel's grave who will tell you that they're a good person, but won't feel any guilt for what they did, and they'll just move on and dust themselves off. They don't see that thing where we're all made in God's image, and to not respect human life, innocent human life, or human life that didn't even bother you, that doesn't even warrant you wanted to kill or whatever. They don't see that. They don't see the divine in their fellow man, and they don't even see the divine in themselves. They don't even believe in self-improvement. They believe in self-acceptance, and that's another thing. Nature pours a vacuum, and so when you don't have a God, when you do you will be the God. You'll be the only true north. You'll be the only absolute truth. So, you'll see yourself as God, and then even if you're crappy, even if you need improvement, doesn't matter. You're good the way you are. We'll get it. That's another story. But you look at these people, and what are these people right now who are on social media laughing at Kevin Samuel's passing? He's only 56, laughing at him going way too soon for his age. He was a very healthy looking guy. I haven't listened to him very often. I've kind of seen him and stuff, but sometimes there'll be a title card that I come across in my suggestions, and it'll crack me up, and I'll watch it. He's no joke. The guy was smart as a whip, and like it was, and it's sad that he's gone. But what do you see from these people? They're for abortion. They are for bills they're for laws in which a child can be aborted as the mother is in labor if she has a mental health issue. So if she's a little sad on the weather and she's in labor, poof, that's going to go. Life means nothing to them. These people are for war with Russia, a nuclear superpower, who they could wipe out we could just mutually assured destruction. We would all be gone off this world. They're fine with that. They're fine with sanctions. If it hurts when it hurts the other people, they've never mentioned the million dead Iraqis. A lot of these people were for the Iraq War, or at the very least, they voted for Democrats that were for the Iraq War. These people haven't been anti-war their whole political, since they've been able to vote. A lot of these people, especially these millennials, they don't care about that. And what else do? They also celebrate when someone who's unvaxxed passes away of the big C. They love all that stuff. Whenever there's some death of someone that they didn't like their words, they are happy. And that is in the very root of that is not having God as your true north. I'm not a holy guy. I try every day to follow his rules, his law, and try to be a good servant of the Almighty, and I do, and I just by him I feel as though I have become a better husband, father, everything of this steward of this world by having an absolute truth, and these people don't have that, and they're happy to just dance on graves like it's no big deal, and it's sad. So pray for them, talk to them. You keep an open mind. Don't you become them. Be better than them. Be in. They probably won't listen to you, so you gotta live. You gotta live your life by example. You have to be the light that you want to see in this world. You know that old saying. So anyway, rest in power, Mr. Kevin Samuels. You will be missed. You are a great influence on this world. You provided value to a lot of people who may not at the time wanted to hear the way you wanted to say it, but you said it anyway. A lot of people will just smile and nod and let you destroy your life, all so that they can be polite because they don't want to hurt your feelings and they'll watch you perish. And you're the kind of person who did not do that, and I respect that. I wish I had enough courage to do that more in my life, and you guys should have the courage to do that in your lives too. All right, everyone, have a great evening, good weekend, and where's Tiffany Dover? Okay, take care.